Good evening, girls and boys, and we're off to lesson 6, and so soon we're ending the chapter. But anyways, we are looking at rational numbers, and actually we're looking at fractions, and we want to learn how to multiply fractions. And I know it's all a review, but we're going to go over it because we're adding some steps, and that's with the negative rules. So let's go over the first one, and it's 1/2 times 1/3. Well, unlike adding and subtracting, I think multiplication is very, very easy because you simply multiply across the numerators. 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. And now you have the answer, 1/6, and you have to check to see if that is simplified. Well, 1 in the numerator is done. 1 is done. So there's no negatives, you don't have to worry about it. But now look at the next one. It is 2 times negative 3/4. Well, we have a whole number times a negative fraction. So we're going to take it one thing at a time. So let's make everything a fraction. So let's make this a fraction. Poof! There. 2 is now 2 over 1. And let's ignore the negative number, the negative sign. And let's just multiply the numerators to numerators. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 4 is, the denominators to denominators, is 4. And now we have 1 negative, and it's multiplication, so now the negative rules come in. Remember, when you multiply or divide with negatives, you simply count the numbers of negatives. If there's only 1, the answer is negative. If there's 2, the answer will be positive. There's only 1 here, so it's negative. But what's wrong with that fraction? It is improper, or top heavy, so we're going to stop, drop, divide, drop it in, and we're going to add some zeros here if you want. Actually, we don't need to, but 4 goes into 6 one time, so 4, and we have a remainder 2, and then put it over the divisor, denominator, and we have negative, don't forget your negative, negative 1 and 2/4. But looking at the 2/4, what do you notice? That's an automatic 1/2, so let's simplify it because all answers must be in the simplest form. So it is negative 1/2. So you have to remember your negative sign all the way down and to simplify. And let's do the next one. We have 2/7 multiply by negative 3/8. So we're going to multiply numerators to numerators, and you get 6. Multiply denominators to denominators, and you get you get 7 times 8 is 56. And there is 1 negative sign, so we need to bring that down. It's an odd number. Well, what do you notice about 6 and over 56? You can divide, or you can pull out at least a 2 out of both of them because they're even over even. So 2 over 2, because that's really 1. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 56 divided by 2 is 28. And don't forget your negative sign. So let's look at that. We need to check. There's not 1 in the numerator, so does 2 go into both? No. Does 3 go into both? No. The numerator doesn't go into it because it's the same thing as 3. And so your GCF is 1. You are done. Box that puppy in. Thank you. Bye-bye.